Good work you're doing. Yeah, call it out.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
212.
212. Please, that's those.
212.
Yeah.
09.
095 212.
Yes, 212 6689.
212 What bank account is that?
It's UBA, sir.
UBA, okay. 212 right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
So that's it. Please go out there, show Dozie some love. Dozie got married. That's why he's not been with us. And Dozie has been doing a stellar job. It's part of the big people back end crew that does all the work for us at Impact with Rufai on Sundays. So I'm going to start this Sunday show by saying, please reach out to Dozie. And you've got the account number. It's a UB account. Just show him some love. He got married recently. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. So Dozie, are we live on the air? Can we start now?
Okay, sir.
Good. So we're starting now, but also in the 11 o'clock hour, I'm going to be playing some insights on African development by my very good top boss out there, Professor Lumumba, and it's going to be a very great session. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another great edition of the program, and we're live across all the platforms. If you want to get us on the phone line, 0818-099-1991 are the phone lines to call us up on. And we've been able to work out how to sort out the communications problem, so I think the line is a lot better this time around. Welcome. This Sunday, I'd like to talk to you about something critical as we go into the new year. We're already in the new year now, looking up to the second Sunday of the new year. And I want to talk to you about something called a defeatist mindset. You see, whatever you plan to achieve in the new year, whatever thing you are praying to God for, if you have a defeatist mindset, nothing will ever come out of it. Because the thing is, it is the defeatist mindset of a lot of people that destroy their prospect at success rather than the fact that they didn't put in the work. There are some people that believe that the only thing they can do successfully is evil because they are disadvantaged, and doing good will not make them as popular as they want to be. So all they do is specialize in doing evil, making people cry, and doing all sorts. And it's a defeatist mindset because it doesn't make you grow in life. In fact, a defeatist mindset stops the goodness that will have come your way. Why do you always think that you cannot break even and do well in life? Why do you always think that nothing well can happen to you? Why, as a woman, do you always think that you can't add value? There are some women that their greatest plan in life is to marry a rich man. It's the greatest form of defeatist mindset. And that's why you see that if a man is not wealthy, doesn't have money, or a certain social standards, they can't be with him. It's a very defeatist mindset. How about you becoming that wealthy person? How about you becoming that woman of value and substance? How about you adding to the life of a man? It's also a very defeatist mindset to think that if I add to the mindset of the life of the man and he leaves me and walks away after all I've invested, I'll be left flat. It's a defeatist mindset because, see, if you're a person of value and even a man disappoints you, you can carry that value somewhere else, and your value is still valid in every constant currency. But we have a mindset where a lot of people don't want to bring anything to the table. So it's a defeatist mindset. Others are stealing, let me too steal. It doesn't solve any problem. It doesn't make your life better. Others are not adding value, let me add value. Let me not add value. Have you ever wondered that, okay, if I leave my organization today, what value will I add so much that will make me be missed when I leave? And truth has to be said, if you're not adding that value, then your life is not transforming. So a lot of people suffer from what I call the defeatist mindset. They are dead on arrival. It's the new year, they've prayed for breakthrough, but they don't even believe in what they prayed for. For them, the church they went to go and pray is just exercise because they don't want to be bored at home and they don't want to be the one to shout Happy New Year alone. So they said, okay, let me just move to church and pray and all of that. But they don't believe in it. They're just like the Christians in the Bible days that were praying for a breakthrough and praying for people to be released. But when they were released, they were wondering what was going on. And the truth has to be said, it is this defeatist mindset that ruined a lot of more people in their lives. So the question is, are you suffering this defeatist mindset? Do you even believe anything good can come out of your life? Why are you always constantly living the life of begging when God can make you somebody that you give to others? Don't you want to also be a blessing to others? For you, it's all about collecting. For you, you don't want to be a blessing to others. You think you're smart by constantly collecting. Other people are collecting your blessing because the hand that gives is always at the top. It's a spiritual unction. It is a spiritual unction. The hand that gives is always at the top. So how about you being the hand at the top because you give? And the question is, if you have that defeatist mindset, you will not move further. It is also a defeatist mindset for you to say, because it's not worked for other people, it's not going to work for me. At least, are you going to try? I don't want to waste my time. At least waste your time. Try. You never know what will happen. My boss, Chief George Ugen of blessed memory, the man that owned GFM radio and the man that did a lot of work. And by the grace of God, like I say, I'm doing a lot of work with GFM radio because when he passed, he said that, Rufai, please handle this dream for me. And we're looking for investors. So if you're a serious investor for GFM radio in Warri, let me know. The man that did a lot of work there, my boss of blessed memory, my father, I call him, Chief George Ugen, will always say something very profound. He said, Rufai, better to waka for nothing than to sit down for nothing. At least, if you waka for nothing, you might jam success. But if you sit down for nothing, you'll be at a particular point. So for people that say, oh, I don't want to just waste my time and all of that and try, at least it's best you try. The truth is, it is better you have tried. At least you have gotten the t-shirt for trying and said, oh, at least I tried. You have the mouth to talk. Rather than you condemning when you have not tried. So it is defeatist mindset for you to think that things cannot work in Nigeria. That's why I keep speaking every day. You might not like my guts, you might not, but I believe Nigeria can work. That's why I keep speaking. And it is working, and it will work one way or the other. It's not worked totally in every aspect. Some aspects have worked. At least, if not for the things we constantly say, people will not take case of corruption very seriously. Look at today now. Look at the Supreme Court. If not for the constant things a lot of people say as regards the court upholding the tenets of justice, look at the Supreme Court reversing most of the decision of the appeal courts. So those are questions we should answer. Yeah, some people feel disgruntled, especially in Plateau, because they were affected in that ordeal. But the truth has to be said, at least one step further, we know that the court system owes us one. So you can't keep being defeatist. You can't keep saying, oh, I'm going to give up because things have not worked my way. Yes, things will not work your way. That's life. Sometimes if you get it too easily, you will not understand the value of it. Sometimes there are some things you work for. Sometimes little things you will not work for will give you the greatest pleasure and will last long. But what is most important is no matter the dynamic life brings, you shouldn't have a defeatist mindset. You should have a try-again mindset. Is it difficult? Yes, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not difficult. It's quite very difficult to constantly try again. Sometimes it's when you get heartbroken, when you seek for love, when you beg heartbroken and somebody that you're in love with disappoints you and she does things that are untoward and you feel sad. But the thing is, you cannot stop because one person has hurt you. As of this year, there will be 8 billion people on planet Earth. Yes, one person hurt you. Yes, it hurt so much you felt you're going to spend the rest of your life with them. But you need to have that mindset to say, okay, will I also deny myself of the pleasure and the joy of being with people again? No. It's about finding love again, finding the heart again. Just as some people are saying they're not going to vote in the next election because the last one was bad. That's a defeatist mindset. You don't say because things were bad. You keep assaulting that thing with positive thinking. So the question is, okay, now that it's gone, what can we do? Can we start to harp on the authorities to reform the electoral laws? Like there are lots of lacunas in the electoral laws. So take, for instance, what's the difference between INEC guidelines and INEC regulations? Are they codified? what the court says. So we should take learnings from that so that when we make better interpretations next time, we do better next time. So we cannot afford to stay put and just feel defeatist. That's it. And it's a mindset that will affect people this year. I tell people, not being defeatist is what I call the we no go gree mindset. I no go gree. Because I want things to be better. I want accountability. I no go gree. I no go gree until things are better and the things are shaping up properly for me. So I'm going to die there. I tell people this. I say, see, I don't believe in talents. I believe in hard work. One thing I would do is I will outwork you. That's one thing I'll do. And that's why you see it's part of the outworking that this show goes out on 4 or 5 top platforms. We're on podcasts, on Spotify. I'm recording this session as we speak now on podcast. I'm live on Instagram platform. I'm live on Facebook platform. I'm live on radio. And live on YouTube. All over the world. And I'm making up all of this. Somebody saw me the other day say, Rufai, why do you have about many phones like this? I say it's for impact. So that my people will be able to reach me across many platforms. So that we're able to get out to many platforms on them. So it's a real media institution. I'm running out here from the deck here of my room. It's Rufai Speaks on Spotify. All the platform carries it. Rufai Speaks. It's got close to 30,000 plays. It's a very well listened to platform. Rufai Speaks podcast. So it's the mindset of constantly pushing and constantly investing. And these are the investments. Still yesterday, I still made some investment as regards this because this is a ministry for me. This is a ministry of impactation. I don't need to ask for tithe, I don't need to ask for offering, but as long as I can reach people from around the world on various multiple platforms every day, then for me, it is a ministry that is set to turn the world around and impact people positively. And that's why, apart from this, I'm still doing other great things this year. Last year, we launched your Senior Center. And by the way, this year, we're having a teacher training program there because we're reaching to a lot of teachers because teachers feel downcast because nobody's reaching out to them. They're always reaching out to the students. So with the 1 Million Teachers platform, we're reaching out to them. And also to your Senior Center, we're having another teacher program next, weekend. Next Saturday on the 20th, out there in Odobulu, my hometown. So you need to have that we no go green mindset. We no go green to nepotism. Keep assaulting the problem with critical thinking. You cannot give up. Are there many things that make you feel like giving up? Yes, every single time you feel the need. In fact, it becomes increasing every day. But you must have that mindset. At your workplace, your last year was not good. Can you develop upon it? Yes. Have that mindset of we no go green. How can I add value? We no go gree mindset also means value. When you not agree, not be saying you not just agree for anything. You not agree for things we don't add value, but things where they add value, you go agree for them. Because nothing supersedes value. Be a man of value, not be a man seeking substance. As I say, the mindset of people that are constantly asking, give me money, my life goal as an individual, as a woman. I was hearing somebody say the other day is to marry a rich man. Why don't you look for how to add value that made that rich man rich? Simple. Simple. So why don't you look for the value? Why don't you be a creator of value? Why don't you do something that will put your name in the sands of history? Why? So you can't keep sitting down there and not adding value. As a woman, you see, I see a question trending around. What are you bringing to the table? You see, a lot of women feel downcast when a man asks them that question. But the question is the value proposition. What value? You can't just bring yourself as a value proposition. No. Are you bringing words of impact? We're not necessarily saying bring money to the table when we're asking what are you bringing to the table. Some people don't even have good character. You abuse a man every single day. You curse him out every single day. You say he will never do well, and you think he's going to be happy with you. Some people, it's not money they are bringing to, but some women, words of affirmation. They will hold their husband and mother and say, see, you will succeed. I believe so much in you. I deposit the blessing of God in you. Some is Impact. Some is, let me help you fine-tune the business idea. I know a friend, his woman is his financial banker and analyst. All his accounts are for his woman. She manages everything. Though she's a banker by training, but she has a level of implicit confidence. And the way she manages the account is so good. So it's impact. What do you bring to the table? Everybody wants somebody that brings value, a level of value to the table. Because it is the collaboration of the value system that makes you guys exceedingly succeed. Any relationship that is one-sided is doomed to fail. And the problem with most relationships, they are one-sided already. So you must now start to bring value. If you have not brought value to the table before as a woman, bring value. Probably the value you are bringing to the table is change of attitude. You know you have a bad attitude. You know it. You don't have a good word in your mouth. You know it. So why don't you change? Why don't you bring something positive to the table? Why don't you bring ideas to the table? Some women are idea generators. They might not be able to implement it, but have you thought about this? They have an eye to be able to see where others are not seen, and they are seeing business ingenuity and ideas. Some women understand the time. They are like sons of Issachar. They'll tell you, I feel the projection and this and this and this will happen, and they understand value proposition. So what you bring to each other is not just about, cordial bedroom relationships. It's also about values. Values. Because when you are busy with values, you cannot think of debasing people. People that wake up in the morning to debase others are those that lack values themselves. A man of value upholds other values, not debase the values. And that's why we are reorientating social media. That's why I'm here. I'm an apostle on this platform to reorientate social media, because you see, a lot of things that trend are people that are trending, are people that are abusing themselves and doing towards things, and there's a lot of toxicity. No, we are telling you that they can be wholesome, God-based social media. And that's what I'm bringing. Values. So the same platforms that people are used to abuse people and they are cashing out and they are becoming celebrities, I'm using it to impact your life. And the question is the value of what I bring. After you listen to this, your life will be a whole lot better. Listen to this and worship God, your life will be a whole lot better. So the question is, what are you bringing? And you cannot bring that if you have a defeatist mentality. Some people just believe nothing works. Some people just believe it's only you steal. And you can't make legitimate money in this country as only you steal. Who told you that? Who told you that? That means everybody in Nigeria must be a thief. They will even justify him and say, there's a saying that says, behind every great wealth, there's a crime. Not every great wealth. Who told you that? There's some people that make it genuinely. There's some people that make it genuinely, but you cannot make it without having a defeatist mindset. And you see, a lot of people miss the conversation a lot. You can criticize, but don't have a defeatist mindset. I criticize a lot of things that are bad in Nigeria based on empirical facts, but I don't have a defeatist mindset. I still believe that this is where my bread is buttered, and I just want it to be a whole lot better for all of us because a lot of people are suffering. But I don't believe in the propaganda of not saying the truth, and that's why I differ. I will say it as stoically as I can. I can always say, all I can do is to give President Tinubu my criticism and give him my kudos, to honor him my criticism and my kudos. Pure and simple. Somebody is saying, how can I give me stars? My social media was not set up abroad, so I cannot monetize yet. And that's why even all this money I'm spending on those platforms to be able to reach you guys, I'm not making it back, but I don't care. As long as you guys are empowered, that's my joy. That's my joy. As long as you guys are empowered. Because on that day where we'll meet our maker, a lot of you will say, Rufai, thank you so much for that thing you said that lifted me up. That's all that matters to me. So I didn't route it abroad, so that I'm not monetizing my pages yet, But as time goes on, you never know what will happen. And even if I monetize, it's to be able to add to the development of the page, Like, you are getting this on multiple platforms at the same time. It's going out on radio, it's going out on this, it's going out on that. It's because of the investments I too made to be able to make it this way. Media is to be able to impact the generations for God. You cannot afford to have a defeatist mindset. And that's why I bring you Impact here every Sunday. For 2 weeks in a row, I've been playing messages from Lumumba Otieno, Professor Lumumba. And it's talking about the creed and the development of Africa as a continent. There's so much that can be done. We can't give up on ourselves. We can't have a defeatist mindset. It's not going to work. Call me up this morning from any part of the world. 0818-099-1991. 0818-099-1991. And this year, the Oseni Center too, we're breaking ground on many very laudable projects, and we'll keep you all aware as this project go on and the things I've always been passionate about wanting to do. And then this year, I'll be calling out for support. I'll need a lot of little clinic equipment, That'll be one of our things we want to do. We want to do a lot of healthcare outreach. So clinic equipment, BP machines, lab, reagents, and many things like that. So I want to set up a little place that we can use to impact people in the course of the year. So there's so much that can be done. Call me up, 0818-099-1991. 0818-099-1991. You can't afford to have a defeatist mindset.